What's up, people? It's your man Urban Lover coming for your mama's basement. Just got finished watching that Sacramento Kings Los Angeles Lakers game. I know some of y'all been watching it. Some of y'all that didn't watch it, y'all probably catch the scores or the highlights on ESPN. Just want to do a quick recap real quick. The Lakers, since the acquirement of Tyson Chandler, has been pretty good. One thing I said in Twitter, the reason why I'm so happy about them getting Tyson Chandler, because they can finally get away from that small ball, because he won't have to play Tyson Chandler. He don't have to, but it makes sense to play Tyson Chandler at, coming in, basically being a reserve for JaVale McGee, which means that we still have a good interior defender on that floor at all time, all 48 minutes of the game. Since the fact that LeBron James don't want to play the power forward, the center spot when they go small, it just makes sense. The Kings, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, they're a future team. They look pretty good. Fox, man, he was freaking killing, man. He bangs. I don't know. He get a couple threes back to back, like 3 threes back to back. He was running the offense pretty smooth. But after a while, it was basically that they really couldn't get nothing too much inside. With like I said, with Tyson Chandler and JaVale McGee in there, it wasn't too many points that they could really score in the paint. Shucks, they only had freaking 28 points in the paint. 38. I'm sorry, they couldn't really get in there, and that's the thing. Like when you got, that's why I said before, when you got, a garbage man that's basically there just for defending, rebounding, blocking shots, altering people layups and stuff when they come to the paint, it makes much more easier. Plus, also it helps mask our defense, because our defense is still some part weak. You know what I mean? Because a lot of our players are still getting broken down. We're not playing man-to-man defense. I don't even know if we're even playing zone, but I'm not a big fan of Luke Walton's quick switching defense. Never was, never will be. Because I feel like at the end of the day that, you always put your best defender on their best player, depending on, if it's a guard or forward, might say. Like for instance, Darren Fox was killing. So in retrospect to that, when Lonzo was in, I'd have had Lonzo on him the whole time, because I think it was like halftime, I believe. Might have been halftime. I think it was halftime when Fox went to try to get a better look shot, and Lonzo was like up on him. That's why we say that when you play people on the perimeter, even though you want to give them space because you don't want them to blow past you, but at the same time you want to be a little physical with them. You want to step in and step out, like put a little body on them to make them feel uncomfortable, so they can either force a shot or force a turnover, force a pass that can lead to a turnover. And Lonzo Ball played it pretty good. He actually gave him body because he knew the time was running down. So when the time was running down, when Fox took that shot, Lonzo Ball was able to put pressure on him and also get in his face to make him miss the shot. My biggest problem right now with Lonzo is that he's playing off ball. These last couple games, he don't look like Lonzo Ball of last year. And I'm at the point where if you're not going to use him right to help him develop to be a better player, it's either basically shut him down. I know a lot of people might disagree with me, but it basically shut him down or trade him. That's where I'm at right now, because if LeBron James is going to be the focal point of bringing that ball down, him and Brandon Ingram, it basically takes Lonzo Ball out the equation. He's just basically there. That's it. It's like Lonzo Ball is just on the court, to be on the court, and that's about it. Only thing good about Lonzo is his defense, but he ain't hitting the shots. He can't hit the shots, and I think if you're going to make him be off, play this. If you're going to make him play an off ball, then y'all really need to. Not saying y'all, but the front office and the coaching staff really need to work with him to work on his shots. Simply put, if he can't knock down his shots and he's not in the floor of the offense, then it's like he's just basically being wasted being out there. I got to give my hats off to KCP, even though KCP is not shooting well. And one reason why I say I got to give my hats off to KCP is the simple fact that he's coming in the game. He's not having an attitude. He understands his role now. He's not getting that much minutes, but he's just coming in and being a real good sportsman. I got to respect that. But Tyson Chandler, man, that's a stone wall, man. Him and JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee is probably a better offender. I think Tyson Chandler is probably a better defender. When it comes to rebounding and basically blocking out, high IQ. That's IQ might be a little bit better than JaVale. JaVale I think he just works better around the basket, and he gives them much more when they need a point inside. So that's I like JaVale. I like that combination of both of them, to be honest with you. Going through the stats real quick. Field goal percentage: the Lakers shot 41%. Sacramento shot 34%. As you can see, we didn't really have a good offense. That's why I say the defense looked pretty good this game, because we really wasn't hitting them. You had Brandon Ingram and Kuzma both under 18 points. They're starting. They're two of their starters. They weren't do nothing. And Lonzo Ball just wasn't there at all. At the bench came in Lance Stevenson, Josh Hart, KCP. You know, them guys came in and they played pretty good. Even Rondo to a degree. Rondo, I know a lot of people might not like Rondo, but I always liked it, Rondo. I've been a big Rondo fan when the Celtics played the Lakers, and I like him as, you know, as the floor person. That's why I keep saying that Rondo needed to be starting beside LeBron James, because when Rondo in the game, he's not somebody that's going to get the ball up quick to LeBron James. And this is what you're seeing with Lonzo. Lonzo get the ball off the rebound. He's quick to give it up. Now, my only thing about Lonzo is that when he gives it up, he's expecting you to run. He's not expecting you to give it up and you just slow down the offense. That's not Lonzo type of game. And I'm not going to keep beating on Lonzo or LeBron James. They are who they are, and that's something that the coaching staff have to work in order to get better. Or, like I said, either, you know, sit them down or go ahead and trade them. That's how I'm looking at right now, because LeBron James will be here for 4 years. So in 4 years, him being here, you're not really going to see Lonzo ball until LeBron James really start to wear down based on age. But until then, until he start to wear down, you're really not going to see a developed Lonzo ball. It's not going to happen unless they bring him along slowly, like how the Philadelphia 76ers are bringing Marquez Fultz. That's the only way I can see it working. Other than that, they might go and either trade him or shut him down. And I don't mean shut him down like completely, but, you know, like, you know, let him run the KCP minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, until and just help him develop his jump shot. Because if you're going to use an off ball, you got to help him work on his jump shot. But I'm not going to keep beating the dead horse. Anyway, 3-point percentage. They shot a lot of threes. I'm not a big fan of the 3 points. They shot 38 freaking threes. 31%, where Sacramento kept it between, you know, they shot 25, they shot 24%. They didn't hit a many threes, Sacramento. They hit crucial threes, but then the Lakers started pulling away. But I don't like the Lakers taking a lot of threes. I mean, especially when you got somebody like JaVale McGee, who's a nice force inside. LeBron James, who can get to the basket, but he settles for that three. And I know a lot of people say, well, you know, a lot of teams know how to plan. They triple, double him, all this and that. Okay, if they're triple and doubling him, that means there are people open, and that means that you can actually run plays where you can have backdoor cuts, pick and rolls. There's certain playbook schemes that can free him up to get him to the basket if he wants to, or to get other players opportunities to make layups or dunks. But we got to utilize it. We're not utilizing none of them skill sets. Instead, we just run to the perimeter and shoot threes. You're not going. I mean, you can't do it, man. Our team is not a good three-point shooting team. We're better when we're attacking the basket. Free throw percentage, we looked at terrible. 7 for 17. I mean, everybody looked at trash. They shot 16 for 20. On the 80% total rebounds, we had 59 to their 50, so we edged them by 9. 17 offensive rebounds for us, 13 for them, 42 on the defensive for us, and 37 for them. A lot of extra offensive rebounds that help us really seal the deal. Assists, we had 23 to 11. Our assist was kind of down. We like to keep it around 28 to 30. 23 is not bad, but that's like an average team. You know, in this league where it's a lot of passing, we didn't do too bad. We didn't do too bad on the garbage plays, but we still need to pick it up. They only had 11 assists though. Still, and that's only because, like I said, they couldn't get inside. When you got guys rotating like Tyson Chandler and JaVale McGee, it makes our defense look a little bit more better on defense, and it's going to hurt a lot of teams that like to go inside. Meaning that they're going to have to stick to the perimeter. We can force them to take shots. Still, another two things, like I said, besides the quick switching, also we got to stop running to the inside. Everybody trying to rebound, or it's even two things. If we run in the middle trying to help out on the defense and leaving perimeter guys wide open, or we sit there and we allow one guy to go toe to toe with three guys down low on the board when everybody just standing around instead of getting down there trying to bang. You know, everybody just ready to get the outlet pass to get an easy layup. We got to stop thinking like that. We got to stop thinking offensive minded and think more defensive minded, because defense wins games. Defense leads to turnover that leads to easier scores. But anyway, I digress. Like I said, still we had 11 to their 7, which was good. Blocks, we had 3 to their 5. And points off turnover, they had 16. We had 16 turnovers to their 19. We had one for a long time. Then, like, towards the I think second quarter going to the third, we started like turning it over a lot. Fast break points, we only had 17 to their 25. That's not the Lakers style of play. Even though we beat the Kings, but at the end of the day, the Lakers are good when they're running. That's why Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma, if you notice their scores now, because Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram are good when they're pushing the ball. When they're in the set offense, they're not as good. Kuzma probably, Brandon Ingram to a degree, but they're much more poised and flourish when they're running. Not too much just sitting there waiting for, just waiting to see what LeBron James is going to do. That's not their game, you know what I'm saying? So that's cool, like when, if game is close and something like that and we're trying to take the lead or maintain the lead, that's understandable. But when we're running, we're a better team when we're running. Points in the paint, we had 52 to their 38. And that's about it. But like I said, at the end of the day, man, we still play good. I think that we could have did a lot better on offense this time. Like I said, the defense was pretty much there. Plus, Sacramento wasn't hitting their shots. They weren't getting to the basket. My only thing is, and I know I'm gonna call this out. I know a lot of people might get upset with me, but it is what it is. I don't really care. When we were up by like 12 points with 4 minutes left, man, I think LeBron James should have set out. And the only reason I'm saying that because we got a game tomorrow. And you want to conserve your energy, to be able to play. Because, like, if you got a team, you know that you're beating them. Let some of them young guys get in there and get fresh. Like, that was a good time for them to actually sit LeBron James and let Lonzo Ball run the offense. Like, the last 5 minutes of the game. Let him run the offense to see what he could do with, with that squad. There was no reason for LeBron James being there besides patting his stats. And like I said, I'm a big LeBron James fan, but I got to call for what it is. All you're doing is patting your stats. There's no reason for you to be in there. Because then the next game we play tomorrow, or later on today, because it's 12:55 my time. So later on today, if you come in with no energy and we getting beat, there's no excuse because you should have been sitting down, reserving your energy for that last 5 minutes. Basically, all your starters should have been sitting down except for Lonzo Ball. Only reason I said Lonzo Ball only because they really got to figure out how to utilize him. And I'm not going to beat up on LeBron James, you know what I mean? But like I said today, though, you got to think about it. LeBron James, 34 years old. How much more longer can he run at that type of tempo, that energy? That's why he be like, slow it down, because he's not used to running. You know what I'm saying? That's what the young guys do. But they looked at winded, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping that they're still using Magic Johnson's method of, running, conditioning better. Like when he first came about getting them guys in shape, running up and down the court and all that. I understand JaVale McGee because he does have asthma, so that makes sense. But like I said, they still look good. They beat the Kings. They're now 66. They're now sitting right now, I think, at 9th. No, I'm sorry, 10th. In the standings. But right now, if you look at the standings, it's real close. But a lot of teams, the West is freaking thick. I don't care what nobody say. The worst team right now in the West is probably the Phoenix Suns. I mean, even the Minnesota Timberwolves, even with their fiasco, what's going on with them, and they trade Jimmy Butler to Philadelphia. They're still a pretty good team too. So the West is thick. The East, like I said before, and I'm gonna keep saying it again. You got probably, I'm gonna give it 16. I was saying 4, but I'm gonna give it 6. I'm gonna give Detroit the edge for the 16. Only because Blake Griffin is looking good over there. And if they can keep that momentum going, they could be a force as well. But I'm only giving the East 6 teams. And the East, they're right now, because there's no LeBron James on there. So now the psychological, mental breakdown of them playing LeBron, LeBron, Cleveland Cavaliers, and him not being there, everybody now fighting. All them teams over there in the East are fighting for that dominance to get to the finals. And you can see it. But those 16 are the teams that I named right now. Well, I ain't named the 16, but those 16, you can look at the standings. Those 16 are the teams that I think that could be that could pretty much go toe-to-toe with any team on the West besides the Golden State Warriors, of course. But most of them teams look pretty good. Anyway, it's your man Herbal. Love, like, share, subscribe, get in the comment section, tell me what you think. Hey, a win is a win. We'll take it. We might critique some of the plays and some of Luke Walton's decision making, stuff like that. Oh, one more thing too. When I was still wondering why Luke Walton is like programmed to me, and I had to throw this out there because I said it on Twitter. When Brandon Ingram went out, he brought KCP in first before he brought Josh Hart in. I don't really understand that logic. If Josh Hart is playing better than KCP, I don't know why you don't bring Josh Hart in. But you don't want to mess up your hockey rotation. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to break that, man. You got to break that stubbornness, or you might be out of job, bro. Even though the Lakers, might be struggling, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you right now, by All-Star break, if we're not in the top 5, or you know what I mean, well, and it's put like this, if we're not in the top 8, if we're not, I'm gonna say at least 7 spots, 7 to 6 spots. If we're not in the 7 to 6 spot by the time All-Star break comes, Luke Walton might be out of here. I'm just being honest with you. I know a lot of y'all might not want to hear it. Me personally, it doesn't matter to me. But that's how I'm looking at it right now, because the West is thick and you want to stay in the contention. You don't want to fall out. A couple games here and there. Like I said, I don't think 48 games is not going to get you in the playoffs. That's what I'm looking at right now. I mean, shucks, man. You might be the 8th spot, just making it. Right now, you might be tied with a couple other teams at 48. So you want to get at least 50-something wins in order to have an established opportunity to make it to the playoffs. So you be trying to stress yourself to get to the playoff. But anyway, this video taking too long. Love you guys. Have a blessed day. And most of all, please be safe out there, man. The world is freaking crazy.